family? Welcome to That Sports Dude. As always, I'm your host, Chris Dunlap, here with my co-host, DCIAA Insider, KP. What's up, boy?
What's good with you?
Yo, we back at it again, huh, man?
Boys are back, man. I told you we back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you're new to the show, let me get you hip to what we about to do. We're going to give you an in-depth preview of the 2018 DCIAA football season. We're going to give you our playoff and championship predictions. And then we're going to talk with 2 championship-winning coaches. But before all that, yo, Phil, what you think, man? Should we take a look back at 2017?
We got to. So much.
I think that's a good idea. Let's get into it, man. Last year, especially in the Stars division, let's start there in the Stars division. It was a big bad Blue takeover, am I right?
Hey, when I tell you, Southview showed up, what are you? Oh, y'all ain't see my shirt? Southview showed up. Oh, look, Chris. You know, it's your show. Got a surprise, man.
Oh, talk to me. What's up? Oh, you got one for me too? Okay. Yeah.
We taking care over here.
Yeah. That's high, baby. Thank you. I appreciate that,
No
bro.
No problem.
I appreciate that, man. But like I said, y'all see that right there? Big Bad B. That's what it was about. I'm going to hold on to this right here. In the Stars, man, it was a big bad Baloo takeover, especially when we got down to playoff time.
The nitty gritty.
Man.
That important time, that cold weather, that former lineman for Blue said, the mumbo was different over here.
Yeah.
Mumbo was different.
It got to be, because when playoff time came, man, it just turned it up. So, man, I want to hear your thoughts on this, man. What really went into, man, that amazing run that Baloo had, man, on their way to a Turkey Bowl and then to a state championship?
I mean, it was crazy. Like, a lot of people had them as the underdog in 3 straight games from Wilson, HD, then Friendship. So, I mean, they really stuck together, and especially first-year coach Rodgers. First-year coach, that was something special. The second championship in Blue history.
For the first-year head coach in DCIAA football history, that doesn't have that. I can't say that for sure, but I think that's the very first time.
I didn't have my money on it. I'll tell you that.
Like, that's unbelievable. That doesn't happen. Not around here, anyway.
Yeah.
Not around here, man. So, like, tell me, what were some key components, man, that really
key component? I mean,
that went into that run, man. Because it was I don't know what happened, man.
Key component.
Like, it just clicked.
When your quarterback has 11 touchdowns in 3 games, I mean, come on, move. Talante Buchanan.
Yeah.
Boys stay commit. We boy guys.
Yeah. I hear you.
Boys stay commit. I mean, dog. 11.
5 against Wilson in the playoff game, and then 3 in the Turkey Bowl, and then he followed it up with another 5 touchdown game to end the year in his high school career against Friendship, man. Just absolutely ridiculous. That's why we named him our offensive player of the year. Am I right?
Yeah, it's crazy. And then you got the Merlin commit. You already know.
Levante Gator.
I mean, he put on the show.
Yes,
put on the show. And the defense stood tall.
Yeah.
Romello Leftwich, Jerquan Frail, a.k.a. Big Beanie. I mean, they stood tall. And it was...
Can't forget about Ra-Ra.
Yeah,
either, man.
I was about to get into Ra-Ra and Kalen Gray.
They just, man,
they balled out.
Especially on defense. Especially in the Turkey Bowl. I know a lot of people will say, you know.
I mean, that's still that's going to be around. That's going to be some going to say an asterisk for the rest of the time.
I know I'm not one of those who say that, because I saw them youngins. They went out and they played football.
Look, I understand. Some going to say it's going to be an asterisk for forever. But Baloo versus Friendship, that was best against best. That was their best versus their best. I mean, and it pulled out. Baloo won it. Everybody had Baloo as the underdog. I mean, everybody.
Literally.
I mean, the stands was going crazy before the game even started. Southeast was in there for real.
As they always are.
Southeast was in there, and you should have saw their emotion once the clock hit 000. It was helmets flying. It was crazy. It was so much joy and happiness that Blues went through a lot of turmoil in the past. Can't even say a couple years. It's been since like 2010.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. Blues been back and forth, controversy. New coach. This player can't play. Controversy. I mean, it's like
for them to just culminate all that.
Yeah, it's like
not only a Turkey Bowl title, but a state title as well, man. So just that whole run, especially that playoff run, that's something I think we're going to be talking about for years and years to come. Especially here, they'll be talking about it here, Blue for years.
Definitely.
So let's transition. Let's talk about the team that Blue defeated in the Turkey Bowl, who were the favorites pretty much the entire season.
They had
from August all the way up until November, they were the favorite. HD Woodson. With the loss to Baloo in the Turkey Bowl, HD Woodson does not break history. They remain tied with Eastern of yesteryears at 4 and Dunbar at 4 consecutive Turkey Bowl wins. And like I said, they were the favorite pretty much the whole year, but you know, Ballou had their number that night. Give me some thoughts on on HD, because they were the favorite.
HD had 5 top Division I commits in the country. I mean, that's
had the number 1 player in the whole district.
It was crazy. I mean, that was a very different game.
Yeah.
That Turkey Bowl game that a lot of people did not understand. Like being honest, y'all know me, I'm gonna keep it real. Some people blame those players, and it definitely made a difference. It was a huge impact. It was a lot of players that could not play, and it was a lot of players that stepped up in a time that a lot of people haven't stepped up. We saw it not too long ago, and it was like, wow. Some say like they weren't ready for the moment.
Right.
They weren't ready for the moment, and it was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I was on HD sideline for most of the game.
You could just feel the
it was heartbreaking, especially before they scored, before Ed scored.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking. It was like, are you serious? Are you serious? This is how we going out. It was heartbreaking. So we'll see what they can do to bounce back.
And of course, unfortunately, the season didn't end, you know, with the fifth straight title like they wanted, but they still had a great year. Mike Salahuddin, who we named our Stars Division MVP, had another big year, another 1,000-yard year.
Pit boy.
Khalil Wright was back again, so him and Ed and Noah were able to do some things.
And even Vincent stepped on the offense game too.
Yes,
a lot of people didn't even pay attention. He stepped on the offense game as well.
And then Cato Oliver, who we always talk about, another four consecutive all
Cato,
DCIAA.
are you serious? Are you serious, Cato?
Even talk about it today is still unbelievable. And just a whole good core of players.
Ishmael as well.
Yeah. And another quiet name, Tenye Dixon, who I'm looking forward to seeing the type of year he has this year. 7 interceptions. 7 interceptions.
Temple commit? Okay.
That's big time. So, like you said, unfortunately, with those suspensions, did make a difference, you know, and they weren't able to clinch that 5th straight Turkey Bowl, but that's how it goes, man.
It is what it is.
Move
on. We gotta move on.
It is what it is. And speaking of moving on, let's move on to another team who was a touchdown away from clinching another Turkey Bowl berth.
Boys.
The Wilson Tigers.
Tease up.
I love that. I like that, man.
You know that's a debate. Like we're gonna get some fight back from that. McKinley and Wilson tease up.
Hey, put it like this. I think they should just leave. They don't play each other this, but whenever they play each other, that should settle it. Who gets to own the tease up honor? But speaking of Wilson, man, came within a touchdown from clinching another Turkey Bowl berth. That would have been their 3rd straight Turkey Bowl berth.
And if I'm not mistaken, was it 0.5 on the clock? Like 0.5. Usually when the clock hits any zero, you just think game over. They stopped the clock with 0.5, and they were on the 5-yard line.
They were inside the 10. I know that for sure.
I know it was inside the 10. It was crazy.
It was a
comeback at that.
And the best thing about that whole situation, that was the game of the year, in my opinion.
That was a great comeback, and I told you, Ballou and Wilson played each other so many times since the Stars and Stripes.
Yeah.
They played each other
even before
then they still play each other a little. But they've been, 2 times a year. Then you have to see them in the playoffs.
Yeah, man.
That takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's
hard to beat a team 3 times.
I want to say it's been 4 years straight they've played each other in the playoffs.
Yes, it has.
And it's been not blowout games.
No.
These all are the nitty-gritty games, and I want to say all of them have been the first game of the day.
Yeah.
I think all of them the first game.
Yeah, because you're right. Because for most of the past years, Woodson would have been the number 1 seed.
Actually, I'm going to take that back. Wilson, 2015 season, they split DCIAA. They changed the playoff format.
Right.
Dunbar played Wilson at Spingarn. Ballou played Wilson at McKinley the same night,
which was a great game too.
Ballou was down, and it seemed like they had no chance, and they just rose. I mean, the games are crazy.
Yeah,
and that's 2 different dynamics of the city. That's Southeast DC all the way up to Tinleytown DC.
Yeah.
I mean, and those both fan groups together. I mean, those fan bases are really crazy.
And they travel well.
Wilson travels well anywhere. Ballou, they gets out. Yeah. They gonna be there.
Yes, they do.
So I mean, that's a great DCIAA. That might be a good old scheme they got together.
Maybe, because it's working for me. I tell you. Man, but speaking of the Tigers, man, what? 5 years. We go back all the way to 2012, when unfortunately they were removed from the Turkey Bowl.
Yeah.
All the way to now, man. What is holding them back from capturing that Turkey Bowl, man?
It's little
What's
things.
holding them back?
When I say it's little things, one player does make a difference.
Right.
Two players do make a difference. I mean, the unfortunate circumstance where Wilson could not make the Turkey Bowl. I mean, it was crazy. Remember, protesting. It was crazy. It was real. And then going into the Turkey Bowl, they were the #1 seed one year.
Yep.
And
in 15, they were the #1 seed.
15, they were the #1 seed, and it just didn't work out. I mean, it's little things, small things, and I think this may be their best year.
Maybe.
I mean, and that's hard to say with you had Sean Savoy.
Yeah, man.
Navon Prince, who's now at ODU with his former quarterback, Stephen Woods. I mean,
who is starting at ODU?
It's hard to say. And then you had your Abdul Adams,
right? Back in 13 and back in 13,
it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot.
Speaking of the running back position for Wilson, yes, Abdul Adams. No, he's not there anymore. But it's another up and coming running back who again passed the century mark. Talking about Amir Jura, ladies and gentlemen. Another year passing the century mark, double-digit touchdowns. Coming into this year, I'm sure he is going to boom.
And he's working hard. I mean, I seen him in the weight room heavy, and you seen Champtime Fitness.
Yeah.
He been putting in
grinding.
Work. I mean, I didn't see this guy since his Pop Warner days. Lamar Riggs was there with him, but I done saw his first game, 9th grade, when he was at Phelps. Then he came over to Wilson, and he just transformed his body.
Yes, he has.
So I'm looking for him to have a great year. And you know, he told me, he said, I'm still sticking with the 16.
Oh, word? That's awesome. I like that.
Okay.
But and speaking of Amir, and quiet as it kept, him and Quincy Barber with Malachi Anthony going over to St. John's, Quincy Barber assumed the quarterback position role, and him and Amir, man, they were a nice 1-2 punch with the read option.
Once they figured it out, it was a good thing. Once they figured it out, it became a good thing.
I really liked it. I thought, especially in the playoff game. Back to that playoff game, like we were just talking about.
I'm not gonna lie. At one point in the playoff game, I'm like, man, but Luke going. Luke got this. And then Wilson just
changed.
I'm like, hold. I'm telling everybody, don't talk to me. Don't text me. My phone on Do Not Disturb. People calling me going live. No, I'm watching. I'm like, this is the battle right here. This is one of them college football type top 25 games. Man. This is one of them that maybe if we could get the footage to ESPN, they would play on ESPN.
Yeah, because it was nice.
I mean, it was nice.
And speaking of that game and Wilson and ground game Wilson, of course they were Air Force Wilson, back in a few years ago. But now I say ground game Wilson because Amir, like I said, another 1,000-yard season. And that first half of that game against Baloo was pretty much getting whatever he wanted. And then in the second half, Quincy was the real fire starter for that comeback that they had. Man, so
Wilson,
I think if Wilson,
I'm ready. I mean, I'm ready for the football season. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just ready. This spring, summertime right here. I'm ready for this. I got to see something. I'm going to be at camps, scrimmages, all that. I'm going to be there.
Yes, so
I might even pop up out of town game. You never know. Might even pop up out of town game.
You never know what you might see. We be around, man.
Yeah.
But, man, and so speaking of Wilson, I think if Wilson is going to have success this year, I think they're going to have to build on, man, what they did last year in that ground game. Now, let's go to the Stripes division where the Stripes division title, the Gravy Bowl, is for those of you who may not know, came down to possibly the greatest finish in DCIAA football history. So if for whatever reason you haven't seen it, and if you haven't, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but if you haven't seen it, take a look.
This is the final play of the ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
Roosevelt wins the Gravy Bowl, a second straight Gravy Bowl, in just
I almost felt, I'm not gonna lie,
unbelievable fashion.
I was at the top of the bleachers at Dunbar. I literally almost fell down the bleachers. Like I was like, oh, literally almost fell down. I had to grab somebody. It was crazy. I was like, "Are you serious?"
Like, it was a champion, not a game winning, a championship winning. Like, that holds a whole lot more weight. Like,
that was crazy.
Even when I go back and look at that play, I still feel like I'm dreaming. Like, it is unbelievable.
That's the one you dream of.
That finish.
Hey, Kamal, that's the one you dream of.
And speaking of Kamal, man, how about that? The smallest guy on the field comes up with the biggest play of the year. How about that? That says a lot about Roosevelt and just DC football as a whole.
I was speechless. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It was very good to see.
What do you know we're gonna call that? We're gonna call that the catch DC. Y'all know about the catch in the playoffs with the Cowboys and the 49ers. We're gonna call that the catch DC edition. How about that? Anytime y'all talk about that, call it the catch DC. But man, yeah, the Gravy Bowl came down to that last 2-second Hail Mary spectacular finish.
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
But Roosevelt, yeah, give
Leon his credit.
Thank you.
Give the offensive line credit. I mean,
man, Coach Chris said after that game, his team grew up a whole lot. That in that last drive, they grew up a whole lot. But speaking of that, man, they were a dominant team throughout the whole year. Yeah, it took a spectacular finish to win the championship, but they were
handled
dominant.
Business the whole year. They handled business.
Absolutely.
They handled business.
Let's talk about our Stripes Division MVP, Alonzo Beverly.
Man, he was toting the rock.
1,100 yards, 1,124 yards at regular season's end. Then, of course, he had another 100-yard game in the Gravy Bowl, and then gave a National Collegiate 275 and 3 TDs. Gave him 2 Big Macs and 3 order of fries.
That was crazy.
In the state championship game. So they were dominant. That offensive line behind Big Kareem Williams, as we always talk about, and Lydell Jones and Alonzo Beverly, they were dominant throughout the whole year. So it wasn't necessarily surprising to see them win. It was the fashion absolutely was.
Yeah, that was a crazy fashion. At one point, like, the stadium, like, Bell gonna get their first one. Like, I remember everybody thought the game was over.
Yeah.
And the Bell mascot,
I did too.
He ran on the field. I mean, people really thought Bell got it, and it was the time back, and the catcher was like,
it's like everything stopped for a minute.
Only people were moving at the time was Roosevelt rushing the field. Everybody else
was like,
are you serious?
Lost.
We like, did he really catch it? I mean, it was crazy. I mean, everybody who had a camera there was rolling it back. I mean, we were rolling it back like 5 times.
Believe it.
Like, we didn't even want to leave. It was that crazy.
It was that
crazy.
But man, just to speak about Roosevelt winning in that way, something that Coach Chris Harden always has said that day when we interviewed him. He said he just wants his kids to believe.
You gotta believe.
That's it. That's all he talks about is believing. And like I said, you guys just saw it. And if you want, man, go to TSDN and check out the full Game Time broadcast of the 2017 Gravy Bowl.
I just watched a couple games.
You did?
I literally I watched the Friendship game.
Yeah.
Friendship HD. I watched Wilson Friendship, Bell Dunbar, and I'm gotta get to Roosevelt Bell Championship this weekend.
Yeah. So like I said, if y'all join my man in watching that Gravy Bowl, because you'll see Roosevelt was losing the entire game up until the last play. So shout outs to Coach Chris and those guys, man, for such an awesome moment and victory. But of course, when we talk about the thrills of winning,
gotta talk about losing.
Gotta talk about the agony of defeat. And unfortunately, for a 4th straight year, the agony goes to the Bell Griffins, who lose the Gravy Bowl in just, when you're looking at the losing side, heartbreaking fashion.
That's heartbreaking.
For a 4th straight year, as they lose to Roosevelt 13-12 in the last play of the game. And yeah,
I mean, Bell.
What can we say about? They did everything right in that game, but I mean,
this year was different for the Stripes. I do my history. I can tell you a lot from my DC experience in football. From the Stripes for the past 3 years. Whoever wins the regular season battle between the both undefeated seeds, they end up losing in the championship game. Remember, Bell and Easton, they had their battles. Bell was killing them. Easton would come back, win the championship.
Yes, they would.
Then they had him with Roosevelt. One of the close games.
Bell won the regular season.
Then Rose won the championship. So in my head, I'm like,
it's a trend here.
I'm like, is Rose won the game, so is Bell won the championship? And it was like,
it was looking that way.
It really looked that way. I'm like,
oh my
gosh. I'm like, they're really about to get it.
I just repictured it. Like,
I'm literally like, I mean, Bell is going to win the championship. Long overdue. Yeah. That's my thing. These kids, they put in that work.
Yeah.
Long overdue. Coaches, I mean,
especially like those 9th graders, Andre Green, Alex Perkins, Kendall Brooks, Tyonte McKenzie, man, just to name a few who've played in every one of those championships.
And then you got guys who are in college now, calling, texting me on live.
Yep.
Come on, what's the score, man? I want my boys to win. I want my boys to win. This is their community up there in Bell is really behind them. Yeah, they've been waiting for the championship.
Like every Griffin team would have celebrated that win. If
I would have loved to go to Bell, whatever they had school, because that was a Saturday, so Monday. Yeah, I would have loved to walk in Bell.
Like if they would have won that game, oh man, you talk about a party. A party. 4 years worth of waiting type party. How about that?
Call the chancellor. There's no school today. We're going to have fun day. Get the moon bounces. I want the snow cones. Whatever you got. Chicken. Let's get it.
But unfortunately,
it didn't happen that way.
It just didn't happen that way, man. But
it was a lot of good things that happened though.
Yeah.
They had a lot of good things that season.
Oh, they definitely did. Speak on some of those, man. Tell us some things that look good for Bell.
Bell showed that they can actually throw the ball.
Yes.
I tell you, I wanted to play against Bell in high school because I'm a straight run stopper.
Right.
But I see them, I go to scrimmage, I'm like, oh, they dropping back. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm thinking he was just playing, and Coach OJ said, no, we're going to throw the ball. We're going to show something different this year.
Yes.
So now you got a different dynamic, and people were not expecting it.
No.
But they really threw the ball. It was like, the same coaches?
Because at the beginning of the season, you guys saw it in last year's last year's season preview. We thought Tyonte was.
I thought he was going for like 5,000. The way he run the ball.
Like,
I mean,
that was the offense.
Me, that was a running back's dream.
Yeah.
That was a running back's dream.
Yeah.
I mean, if I play running back, I might have went to Bell.
Because you're gonna get 1,000 carries, but a guy who ended up wearing number 1, which the number 1 in Bell is synonymous with the Charles Brooks days. Speaking of the running game, Ronell St. John's first full year as a starter, all met, all league, was named our offensive player of the year, led the league in touchdowns for a good period of the season up until the end. He got caught by Terlante over here at Ballou, but. Like they balled that passing game.
I mean, it was crazy. I wasn't expecting it. I mean, of course, talk is cheap to me. People say a lot of things, so I'm like, show me.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting. I see it. I'm like, this the same Bell team. I'm like, did I go to the right game?
Right, man. It was, especially that first game at Dunbar. Like they was just slinging the ball.
Yeah. I mean, I was impressed. And then I don't think he's done.
Right.
I mean, the work he's putting in with demigods. Number one on your show.
Right.
Number one on your show.
Right. Absolutely.
The work he's putting in, I don't think he's done. I don't think he's ready to go back to less. I don't think he wants to do that.
Right. Because I think that offense, especially this year,
he has a bad taste in his mouth. I tell you that.
I mean, the whole school has a bad taste in their mouth after that one. But speaking of having a bad taste, coming into this year, they had some really, really great things they did last year, so they have a lot to build on this year. So
They do. I'll give you that.
I'm definitely excited to see, man, what Bell is going to do this year, But we'll see. But like I said, unfortunately, the fourth one wasn't a charm. Let's see what happens in the fifth one.
We'll see.
We'll see. You guys keep it locked, because after this break, we're going to hear from 2 championship-winning coaches who are looking to build on their success last year, heading into the 2018 DCIAA football season. So make sure y'all keep it locked, because that Sports Dude will be right back after this. right, welcome back, family. I'm your host, Chris Dunlap, and this is the 2018 DCIAA Football Preview. Y'all had an opportunity to talk with each championship-winning coach about their success last year and their outlook on the 2018 DCIAA football season. Let's take a look. After winning a second straight Gravy Bowl in dramatic fashion, the Double R boys are looking to make some noise in the Stars division. Joining me right now is Roosevelt head coach and the 2017 DCIAA Stripes Division Coach of the Year, Coach Chris Harden. Coach.
Hey, man.
Thanks for joining me, man.
No problem, no problem. Thanks for coming.
Yo, man, so like we said, man, clinched the #1 seed last year, man. A second straight win in a Gravy Bowl in just unbelievable fashion, man.
Right.
And I got to say, one of the greatest finishes in DCIAA football history.
Yeah.
Yo, what went into all you guys' success last year, man?
The biggest part of our success was, getting the kids to believe. That was the biggest thing, because coming here at Roosevelt, they've been kind of all for a little while, so the tradition was not really football here. So to get the kids in and get them to believe, get them to grind, we worked real hard last year, the last 2 years especially. The kids started believing more. We started getting the kids in the school out to play. Yeah. Like, there was a lot of talent in the school. The kids just wasn't playing. So just to get those kids in the school to play and get the kids we got, it was big. And once they started believing, like with the finish itself, that's believing. You know what I mean? We were losing the whole game to them guys.
To that last play.
To the last play of the game, to have the quarterback who's getting sacked throwing to the smallest kid on the field for a game winner. That's nothing but believing there, you know what I mean? Because them kids could have quit at any given moment, So.
Especially with 2 seconds.
Oh,
like
yeah. 2 seconds is what, 30, 45 yards?
Yep. How about that?
It's easy to just say, we can't. Right. It's over, So it was big. Just getting them believe, that was a big part of our success. Like, that was our motto, just believe.
Right. And looking, like, we can even say, just looking at this trophy case, I mean, we were speaking just before, like, none of this was here.
Oh, yeah.
So when you speak about that believing, man, how long did it really take you guys to, as a coaching staff, man, when you first got here, to take the program, especially the kids, and believing from where they were when this was empty to where you guys are now, getting ready to embark on the first season in the Stars division?
Well, when we first got here, the crazy thing is the first day I got hired, I came to school the next day, and they was like, well, coach, we only have 4 kids on the team from last year, so that kind of had me sit down and like, I don't know what I'm about to do, but we end up, I come from Kingman Boys and Girls Club, so we have a big time youth football program down there, so it was kind of, I ain't gonna say it was easy, but it was a little easy to get kids to come here. So I already built a bond and relationship with a lot of them kids and their parents. So once I got them young guys and I got the kids in the school, it started to tick a little bit. The first year, we took a little beating, but we were young. We were playing 9th and 10th graders against a lot of teams who had seniors, but we took them beatings. Then the very next year, we won our first championship, you know what I mean? So that was kind of big to win that championship. We took a loss in the state. So the kids, we got that in their mind, win, believe. So as soon as we lost that state game, I lie to you not, the very first day back in school, we had 25 to 30 kids in the weight room.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And
that's night and day.
Yeah, no coach. It just, coach, can we lift? So I'm thinking it's about be 2 or 3 kids going there lift. I'm walking in, 20, 25 kids lifting. So, and that carried over to this season, because this season we was able to win the division, we won the DCIAA, then we won the state. So it's all about, man, putting in them guys' mind, everything everybody else doing around the country, you can do. Exactly. It's up to you. So, and then, like I say, I drive a lot of my guys around the country to different camps. Okay. So driving them around them camps and them seeing other kids and what they doing around the country, it was like, I gotta get better. You know what I mean?
It wake them up.
So that's what I do. I like to drive them to these big time camps so they can see other kids that's competing to do the same thing you doing at your position, at your age, some younger than you. So once them guys start seeing that, man, they just start grinding. And that's what it is. The grind just got real.
And then from there, it just changed the whole
complexion. Changed the whole thing, man.
Now, we just mentioned, man, like I said, you guys are now in the Stars division. Now you get to compete for the Turkey Bowl, etc. One thing I know for a fact that you were really adamant about when you first got here. So looking forward to this upcoming season, man. In the new division, man, what will we see out of the 2018 Double R Boys?
We can't get too far into something now, but you just go see you just go see a different attitude the way we carry things, man. We know going to the Stars division, it's gonna be a little tougher week in and week out, but we definitely up for the challenge. You know what I mean? Our guys, man, their motto, they say it every day, we back down to nothing. You know what I mean? We look at it as, honestly, we put ourselves on a measuring stick last year. We played HD Woodson. For the first 2.5 quarters, it was a ball game.
Very much.
You know what I mean? Them guys just had a little bit more firepower than us. So, you know, they ended up wearing us down, but as soon as that game ended, in the locker room, every kid say, next year, we coming stronger.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of what the grind's all about right now, just we hungry, you know what I mean? That's kind of why I got on my eat shirt, man. We hungry, we ready to eat, man. All our kids, man, they ready to eat, man. We say, man, we the Double R Boys, man. We been stars, you know what I mean? Just like we say, you can't spell turkey without putting an R in it. So, you know what I mean?
That's big time.
Yeah, we ready to go, man. You know what I mean? Like I tell my kids, we gonna do it silently, man. We not gonna do too much talking. We just gonna come in week in and week out and play football. We not gonna look at it as, oh, we in this big time division. We got to change up everything. We'll play Double R Boys football.
And call it a day.
Call it a day, man.
I like that.
Yeah.
So y'all hear that, man? You see, eat. That's what the Double R Boys plan to do. So don't be surprised if you see Roosevelt up competing for a spot in the Turkey Bowl. Yo, keep it locked, because after this, I'm gonna head over to Southeast and talk to Coach Rodgers and see what the Blue Knights got in store for us this season. In his first year at the helm, he led his team to a Turkey Bowl and state championship. Joining me right now is Blue Knights head coach, Minoso Rodgers. Coach.
Hey, how you doing, Chris?
Appreciate
How's it going?
everything is everything, man. I really appreciate you for joining me.
It's not a problem, brother. I'm glad you asked.
Oh yeah, so man, let's get right into it, man. Because like we were just talking, man, the season is approaching, man. It's an exciting time, especially around here in DC. Let's get into it. Man, you guys really shifted gears, man, last year. Come postseason play, man, it was like went from here and just skyrocketed, man. You guys, man. So what went into that amazing postseason run you guys had? Y'all just rode that thing all the way to a state championship. What went into all that?
So like I told the guys, man, it's a 13 week marathon, and there's always gonna be some ups and downs, and we had a 9-4 season, and in that 9-4 season we had some ups and some downs.
Right.
What came together is right after our last regular season game, our guys had a meeting that Monday after, and it was probably the most intense meeting we've had all year, where the kids led it, and it was great conversation, emotional. A lot of things came out of that meeting that carried us through. You know what I mean? Because in that 2-hour meeting, we got closer. We got really close, and it's interesting because when we started having practices, preparing for the first playoff game, very few mistakes in practice.
Wow.
A lot of practice stayed on schedule.
Real mindset change, as you can see.
It was amazing. I mean, it's like we peaked at the right time. And as we talked as coaches, we were like, the energy of these guys is with some determination of finishing out strong.
Yeah.
And we was fortunate to do so. But practice intensity picked up. The unity was there, and then having mistake-free days where you could just keep adding more and challenging them more, and we got to a point where you saw it, the synergy happen. You saw the team just come together, and they played well together.
And to speak on that, especially you guys that week for that first playoff game, talking about how hard and how well you guys practiced. Terlante, after the game, after the win versus Wilson, in an interview that I did with him, he spoke on that how hard and how physical you guys were in the practice leading up to that, man. So to see your guys really, man, just really click and shift gears at the perfect time, how does that make you feel as a coach, especially being able to ride that wave all the way to 2 consecutive?
Sure. I mean, in my first year as a head coach, it was a lot of learning.
Yeah.
On both sides. They learning my coaching style and how I run a program. as you know, I had coaches who were brand new to me too,
Right.
so they had to learn also my coaching style and how I ran the program. You know, and not comparing what they did before.
Right, absolutely.
And then on the other side, you know, I had to learn what these young men could do.
Right,
I had to learn who could do what.
Big learning curve.
Who could do what well. You know what I mean? And so we had to find a way to get all of our talent on the field and utilize them to the best of their talents. And so that's what we were able to do as a coaching staff, you know, evaluating our own film. We did a lot of self-evaluation throughout the season. And, you know, at the end, we started finding, you know, putting the guys in the right place to make the best plays for them. Yeah, so as a coach, you know what I mean, you know, it's always like a puzzle, you know what I mean? You're always trying to figure out how to...
Always trying to who can go where, who will best help us win.
Absolutely.
What position.
Absolutely. You know, when you do a puzzle, when the puzzle's complete, you stand back and you're like, all right, you know, we did a good job. We found all the right pieces.
Absolutely. So speaking of pieces and you guys are coming into this season with a lot of big names coming back. So looking forward to this upcoming season, man, what should we expect out of the 2018 version of the Blue Knights? What should we expect?
I mean, going back to them understanding what we expect in our program, I mean, they understand now, and they've gone through it now in a year and a half now of going through a program under me. And so in that time, they've learned that one, commitment is cornerstone. Like, you have to be committed to what we're doing. Physical training. I mean, we're very, very, you know, we do a lot of weightlifting. We do a lot of strength training because, you know, I tell the boys every day, you know, I mean, you only bring one thing to this game, and that's your body. And if it's not prepared to do the job, you won't make it through. And so, you know, like I told them the first day I met them last year in the weight room, we're preparing for 13 games. I repeat that every day now. We're preparing for 13 games. And so physically and mentally, if you go in preparing for 13 games, you got a good chance at the end of the season when
playing 13 games.
Yeah, I'm not breaking down and you know, the little oohies and ouchies I call it, those little things don't slow you down. You know, and so our bodies are physically ready to hit hard, and run fast, and be mentally strong throughout the entire season.
And speaking of being mentally strong and preparing to hit, I got to give you guys so much credit, man. Especially in that state championship game versus Friendship, man. I was able to see you guys just really make some outstanding plays, especially defensively. Which you guys had 8 sacks as a unit, man. It was just awesome to see a state championship come back to DCIAA. So, man, congratulations. I'm definitely looking forward to, man, another great Blue Knights football season.
Absolutely, we're preparing for it.
Absolutely. So don't touch that dial, ladies and gentlemen, because after this break, KP and I are going to preview the 2018 DCIAA football season. That's supposed to be right back after this. TSDN presents the DC or Nothing iPhone case. Order yours right now at teespring.com/TSDN_DC or Nothing case. Alright, welcome back, y'all. So we've taken a look at 2017. We've talked to the championship winning coaches from 2017. Now it's time to check out DCIAA Football 2K18. Yo, KP, what you think about that?
Man, this is going to be a crazy year.
Yeah.
This is going to be a real crazy year. I'm really anxious for it. I think this is going to be some good football this year.
In the stars and the stripes.
Both. I think it's going to be the same as 2015, my senior year.
That was
it was
a great
very
year.
competitive.
That was a great
Very competitive. There was no real top dog, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion. I think
everybody beat everybody that year.
Yeah.
So speaking of the stars division, right now, the Turkey Bowl goes through here. Big Bad Baloo.
Baloo's never successfully defended their Turkey Bowl.
Right.
It's only been one time before, so this definitely will be a spot.
Yes.
This will be a spot.
Yes,
I mean, Baloo has some key names, though.
Yeah.
Give
us some.
Levante Gator.
Yes.
Like I said, the Merlin commit. You got Taraji Ruff and Rah-Rah, Jaquan Fraley, Big Beanie. Then you got guys, though. You got real dogs on this team.
Yeah.
Steven Williams, he's coming back.
One person quiet as is kept I love his highlight tape. Cornerback LeBron Johnson. I love how he
LeBron's
plays.
a Johnson boy.
Oh, no kidding.
I mean, he is.
Wow.
I mean, Bainey is too. But
Yeah.
that's what we do.
Y'all all over the place.
Yeah. But I think Baloo's going to be a real special team. I just want to see how Aaron Penny's going to show up.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the deciding factor.
I want to see how he's going to show up.
On
how everything is kept.
Yeah.
But, I mean, not only that, they got Jamal Speaks. They got Jamal Speaks
he's back?
They got him back. Jamal Speaks.
Wow.
Is back. I mean,
So
hiatus.
For those of you
3 years?
who may not know who Jamal Speaks is, Jamal Speaks, his freshman year, which was 2015, that great season that we always talk about, Jamal Speaks ran for over 1,300 yards, was a first-team All-League as a freshman.
It was a dub.
So, him coming back his senior year, ooh, that's going to make a big difference.
He's a Temple commit.
Yeah, speaking of it, he's a Temple
commit.
That's going to be...
So I think this is going to be a crazy year. I think it's going to be a real crazy...
How much of a difference do you think Jamal being back is going to make?
I mean, you take workload off.
That's true.
You give him the ball. I mean, Steven Williams, he's struggled with slight injuries. So him being back and you working him back in, but you also working Jamal Speaks in. So now that's double trouble.
That's true.
That's double trouble. And I mean...
And that takes pressure off of your young quarterback.
And then, like I always say, get your star at the ball. Let Gator get the ball. That's a lot of
in
weapons.
all three phases.
That's a lot of weapons.
Offense, defense, and special teams.
Gator can get the ball. You have Gator, Steve, and you got Jamal.
Yep.
Them 3 weapons that Aaron has to utilize.
That's true. Yes.
So we're going to see how that goes.
And then with them being in the second year and under Minoso Rodgers, man, like, I don't think you can have more momentum coming out of your first year. So,
yeah.
Like I said,
city champ, state champ, that's a chip on the shoulder.
I don't think you can do.
We got somebody.
I don't think you do much better than that.
People trying to talk. People trying to come in Baloo and make a statement.
Yeah.
People really trying to do that.
So speaking of, like I said, it's a lot of people say it's easier to win it than it is to defend it. So, but I think Baloo has a squad that will definitely
make a difference.
So now, speaking of, so let's transition to some of Baloo's biggest competition. As we all know, H.D. Woodson will be in the hunt for that Turkey Bowl. Am I right?
I believe so.
Of course. They have been since forever. At this point, it seems like.
When they over 72? Is it 72 the H.D. Open?
Yeah, 72.
Since 72?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably.
Exactly.
Okay, I might give the benefit out. 73. Let's say.
Yeah, exactly.
73. They probably didn't have uniforms ready and stuff like that.
Right.
So we're gonna say 73.
So, man, speaking of H.D. Woodson, man, can they regain the throne? That's the big question around the whole city. Can they regain the throne?
H.D. Woodson is a special place.
Yes.
H.D. can regain the throne. I mean, they got a lot of dogs over there.
They got a great core. It's a young core, but they got a real good core.
Very young. I mean, you got your Keyshawn Hunter.
Yes.
He was a dog I'm not going to lie. He was a dog on the D-line. I didn't know he was in the 10th grade.
Yeah, me neither.
The friendship game. He was killer. I had to literally.
Monster as a 10th grader.
Yeah, I had to re-look him up. I'm like, 10th.
Yeah.
Misprint.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's a misprint.
Because he looks like a senior and he played like one.
I'm asking people, they're like, nah, he's in the 10th. So he's definitely going to be a key player.
Right. And another one, like I said, I love DBs, and I'm a big stat guy. So when cats get from that 7 to 10 pick range, that's when I start looking at them. So Tenye Dixon, 7 picks last year, coming into this year as a Temple commit. Yeah, there you go, Temple commit.
I mean, Tenye, Tenye was good, but he was in the shadows.
Yeah, I mean,
you had Vincent Flight,
and he had no points. So
Merlin and Notre Dame. Right. I mean, he was in the shadows. So of course. They said people saying, "Oh, we're gonna pick on him," but it's not really picking on him. It's just I just don't want to throw to the other two.
Right.
So he just made plays because he was given the opportunity to,
and he took advantage.
Now he's gonna be the guy that are we really throwing at him?
Right.
Are we? Let's go somewhere else. That's how the game is played.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of people play it.
Now speaking of that young core that Woodson has, and we know from past years that Woodson kind of just reloads. Give us some names that we might not know about, man, in that Woodson camp, man. Talk to me.
One name I know a lot of people don't know is Harry Haywood. former Blue linebacker. Now HD Wilson. Marquise Tucker. I want to say Marquise is going to be a 4-year starter.
Yeah.
I want to say
at least a 3. I know
3, but I want to say his freshman year he started linebacker. He's back. I mean, Jamari Harris. They got guys.
Speaking of Jamari Harris, Jamari Harris reminds me of a Charles Peeler kind of football player.
Okay, I get that.
Because you can do so many, and I've seen it, especially last year.
I do that.
I've seen them utilize him in so many different facets of the game. Jet sweeps, screen plays, punt return, kick return.
I mean, you gotta be careful because I mean they got some dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Dana Dudley on the line. He's on the line.
Yeah.
He's a dog, big guy. I mean, they got a couple more names that's just like we can talk about this name.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
name and just name. I mean, Taylor Jackson has a couple offers now.
Yeah.
And then you got
putting in a lot of work with Monster Maker too.
I mean, boy's huge.
Yeah, man. He's humongous. So man, just and of course, man, as they say down Wilson, it's Wilson. It's still HD Wilson.
That's
so
what
we
they say.
can't.
And
you don't win 4 straight Turkey Bowls.
Look, we can't
in
forget
5.
though. We can't forget about the quarterback. Can't not forget about Jordan Sharp.
Oh yes.
Cannot forget about Jordan Sharp. I mean,
I think that's going kind of like we said about Baloo.
He's a new quarterback. People, some say he wasn't ready for the moment. I mean, who's ready to step into a Turkey Bowl game
in your first start?
First start,
yeah.
You're in the 10th grade.
Come on.
I mean, it's a big stage, big challenge. I mean, it's going to come upon him to see what goes on.
Right.
What goes on.
So and like they say at Wilson, man, it's still Wilson.
It's still Wilson.
Like you don't go to 4 straight Turkey Bowls. No, you don't go to 5 straight Turkey Bowls, win 4 of them, and then all of a sudden, like you're not.
I mean, it's just.
You're not a potential threat to win it. So
I mean, but they still they're reloading. They got some young guys. JoJo Young, 9th grader coming in. Navon Lee, 9th grader coming in.
Wow.
Ethan Lane, 9th grader. Teron Armstrong, 9th grader. I mean, they just
recruit.
They
for themselves.
They recruited. I mean, they reloading. So
when you can walk around with one of these, when you got players walking around with multiples of these, like it recruits for itself. You know what I'm saying?
So definitely.
So. All right, so let's keep it pushing, man. Because, like I said, it's going to be a great year in the Stars division, man. The team that we talked about, where this might be their best year. If this is going to be the year that they win, it might be that. We're talking about, we're going up to Tinleytown. We're talking about the Wilson Tigers, ladies and gentlemen. Is it their time? Like, they returned pretty much an entire core that was literally less than 10 yards away from another Turkey Bowl.
0.5 seconds.
And 0.5 seconds away from another Turkey Bowl berth. I mean,
man, Wilson got those. I mean, Quincy Barber, he's picking up a lot of offers recently, like very a lot of offers. Then you have Amir Gerald, who we talked about earlier.
Yes.
Dog. I mean, you got Dimitri Ricks, cornerback, nice guy, corner. Then you got Demetrius Woods. I mean, he gets in the slot, gets on in the I'm gonna say strong safety position. He lays the wood. I mean, he's a smaller guy in stature, but he has heart.
That's the type of guys that you want.
And like I said, Wilson, in my head, I didn't think Wilson had enough last year because of the quarterback situation. But you have Malachi Anthony back.
That's man.
The number 2 quarterback.
Reading my mind, man.
The number 2 quarterback in DC for the class 2020.
Wow.
Man, he's picking up offers as well.
Yeah.
He's putting on weight, good muscle, got height. We're gonna see.
And speaking of Malachi, and you read my mind with Malachi, I think it's really coming down to quarterbacks. That's what it seems like it's going to do. It's going to come down to quarterbacks.
That's 3 quarterbacks who really never started. I mean, Malachi had his freshman start in the Turkey Bowl.
Exactly.
Which
he played well.
Yeah, went down to what?
Can't give.
What was 6 points?
Yep.
Something like that?
2 points.
2 points. Okay, 2 points. Yeah, Jordan Sharp, his first start was a Turkey Bowl. I mean, those games are different. You got Aaron Penny. He's just coming into a completely new situation. So these are 3 for real guys who not really.
Or just going to be getting their feet wet.
Exactly.
So I think with Malachi, and with Malachi having some experience as a starter briefly, especially when Steven Williams Jr. was at ODU, now got hurt back in 16. Was able to get some time in the Turkey Bowl and see what all that's about.
So we definitely.
And he's familiar with that offense already.
We definitely gonna see this. I mean, they got
that might be the difference right there.
Their line.
Oh,
Micah Gale, I mean, these kids are huge. Eddie Sincere, he's huge. I mean, the kid is huge. I mean, they got multiple other names, though, but them two right there, they really stand out.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really going to be a crazy, amazing year, I think. I think this is going to be something really special.
And even though, like, we talked about the return of Malachi Anthony, I think the bread and butter for Wilson, and we talked about it before, it's kind of the same thing they did last year. It's going to go through that run game. Amir, you know, if they want to do some funny things with Quincy like they did last year, that line and that running game.
Don't sleep on Malachi now. Malachi, he showed his wheels in brief highlights in WCC. He can run a little.
Okay.
I mean, he's not just he's not a pocket pass. He's not just gonna sit there.
Oh.
He can take off and get some yards. And we saw that actually in the playoff game. I mean, they were killing
Very
it
true.
with Anton. Then he pulled it.
That's
I
true.
mean, and
That's true.
that was a big play for him. And that, to me, that brought him confidence.
That's true.
That brought him confidence. So we definitely will see. But Wilson, will they be back at Air Force Wilson, or are they going to balance out? I think that's the real question. Are they going to balance out, or I doubt they're going to go heavy run with just Malachi back there.
No,
I doubt that.
So
I think they're going to balance out. You know, you get Quincy on some jet sweeps as well, some bubble screens.
Yeah.
Things that are quick, things to get him the ball in space.
Like you always say, put the ball in your playmaker's hands. Like you always say.
You heard it here.
Like he always says. So, man, let's now we done talked about the stars, man. I think as it's always been, Blue, HD, and Wilson are really those teams who are going to be teams that you got to beat if you're trying to take home a turkey.
Let me just say this briefly.
Sure.
Briefly. I mean, the stars, those three teams, they're on top. But I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give Roosevelt. I'm gonna put Roosevelt in that mix. Roosevelt. I mean, they are coming from the stripes, yeah. But I think they can make some noise. I really think they can make some noise. And I think they will be in the playoffs. And just real brief, Easton, new coach, former defensive coordinator, rebuilding mode.
Right.
They still have that opportunity to make the playoffs. Dunbar, like I said, Dunbar is in a real rebuilding mode. Yes. I mean, they're going to be very young. But they recruited heavy.
Right.
They recruited real heavy. And I mean, they're going to have some guys.
Coach Bing really did his thing in recruiting.
It's going to be a lot of 9th and 10th graders where you're going to hear those names for the next 2-3 years. And you're like, he's still there?
Like who talk to us?
I mean, for 10th graders, I mean, they got abundance of guys. I mean, guys that a lot of them played JV last year, but they still are very good. I mean, very good. But 9th grade to speak about Malcolm Whitaker, outside linebacker. He's going up there. Okay. Jeremiah Williams, cornerback. I mean, the kid can play. He can play. I've seen him a couple times. And then you have Damo Zavala. Yeah. Center. A freshman center. Wow. That shows the kid that kid's going to be tough. I mean, he's going to be tough. Then you got Mike Brown, who is literally, I've seen him. He's in Under Armour camps already. He's in Under Armour camps already. He's on exposure videos already on YouTube, like he winning MVPs at camps.
You kid.
Then you got probably the piece that ties it all together. Jaleel Smith, aka Bear, arguably, I'm not even gonna say arguably, the best running back in the Pop Warner / middle school days last year. The kid.
Do you think he'll have an opportunity to come in and start?
Opportunity. I believe the kid is starting. I think right now he's picking out his number. He getting the helmet he wants. That's what I see. I mean, the kid, to me...
Y'all make sure y'all remember that name. Say his name one more time.
Jaleel Smith, a.k.a. Bear. The kid is a stud. I mean, you have to see him. Yeah. You have to see him. And his size alone lets you know that he's not taking away from any joking-wise. Yeah. He's in there for real. So we definitely going to see, but that's future talk for them. Right. That's future talk. We're going to see. I think last year they had their blows, but I think this year they'll make some noise. I think that this is a very feisty team.
It's going to, so pretty much what I hear you saying. For that, we know that those first 3 seeds can go either way, but that battle for that fourth seed is going to be something to see.
That 4th seed, but as of right now, I'm going to give it to Roosevelt as of right now.
I agree.
As of right now.
And like I said,
I think it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
And like we always say,
be there.
We make the predictions, but it's up to y'all to prove us right or prove us wrong.
Be there. Be there. Be at the game. Show up. That's for fans too. Cheer for your teams. We need more support. We need more school spirit.
Yes, we do.
Alumni spirit at that. Be there for your teams.
Give me more stuff to put on tape.
That's what we need. So go ahead, Chris.
Let's talk about this Stripes division, man.
We'll talk.
Last year, man, it went down to the last play. And the team who unfortunately was on the losing end of that may be the favorite going into this year in the Stripes division. We talking about the Bell Griffins, am I right?
Bell. I mean, Bell, like we talked about earlier, their community is behind them.
Yes.
Their whole school's behind them as far as they think that they're going to win it no matter who they're playing, no matter what's going on. I think this is...
I've seen a couple people say they're going 9-0 in league play, just running through this schedule.
That's what people are saying. So I think this is their favorite year.
Yeah.
I think they are there.
On paper, like if we were to compare every single team,
right now they are
the best team on paper.
So I mean, Ronell St. John,
yes,
he showed up last year. But then you got Daniel Graham. Daniel Graham on the line.
Quiet as
kept. He's a
man.
dog.
That cat gonna be a problem.
And then now you have your, I'm gonna say, third running back, Rasad Harris.
Yes.
They say he's the next running back in line. So
and we look at the history of Bell running backs. I mean, let's go. Charles Brooks, 2-time DCIAA single season rushing record holder. Look at Deontay McKenzie, led the league in rushing in 16. Top two in the Stripes division in 17. Rasad Harris, will he be that next big time Bell back?
That's the word. That's what I'm getting. That's the word. So we're definitely going to see. I'm looking for them. I'm eager for them to play the game, especially the crossover game. So I'm definitely eager to see. So I think Bell's going to make a lot of noise.
Yeah, most definitely. Like you said, Ronell should definitely have another great year. Maybe might eclipse that 30 touchdown mark, but we'll see. Bell, like I said, right now they're the favorite, but I think they have a team. I think there's a team out there who is really, a lot of people are really sleeping on, but I think are really going to give Bell some tough competition. They actually won the first Gravy Bowl. We're talking about the McKinley Tech trainers.
M-Train.
I'm
sorry, T's up.
Or the Maroon Goons. I mean, like, they hashtagging everything. I love it.
They trying to change the culture there. They're really trying to get back. I mean, they're putting in work. I've been up there multiple times.
Oh, really? Okay.
Been up there multiple times. They're really putting in work. I mean, you see them. They're in camps as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying to get exposure. They're trying to show up. And they're trying to make a difference. I mean, you got your guys, Jamal Thomas. Oh, he is Johnsonville. I'm just...
He is?
He's Johnsonville.
God, boy, y'all just sprinkled everywhere. Speaking of Jamal, man, go watch his tape. That's what I'm going to tell y'all.
Yeah, watch his tape.
Go watch his tape. That kid absolutely does not stop. He does not quit. His motor is energized.
That's how he works out. I mean,
like
he got his first offer. Got his first offer. So I think they're going to be rolling in. And his grades impeccable.
Oh, really?
His grades are impeccable.
Yes.
And then they're not just like I say, not just at any school. Goes to McKinley Tech.
That's true.
That says a lot.
Yeah, that says a whole lot. The kid, man, I love watching him play. Like, I think I didn't even get through his whole highlight tape because
you keep going back.
I saw it was one play. I don't remember who they were playing. It doesn't even really matter. The play didn't even go his way. The play went away from him. And you know, here sometimes
you take a play off. That's not. They gonna get the tackle.
Yeah.
That's not. I don't feel like doing it.
Not Jamal Thomas. He goes, puts his foot in the ground, turns, runs 15 yards down the field, and he makes the tackle.
Ran down on him.
I cut the highlight tape off because I didn't need to see any more.
I mean,
he's going to be a leader and an impact player. So
I think they're going to be very strong, especially a guy, Malik Miller. Malik Miller, I seen him play the first time was here actually at Ballou.
Oh, really? Okay.
McKinley versus Ballou. I mean, it was a lot of things going on before the game. I think McKinley was a little distracted, but he was a motor. I mean, every play, I just see number 15. I'm like, I don't know the kid, but I'm like, who's 15?
Right.
Who's 15? I just keep saying 15. He's in piles. I mean, he's trying to throw people off. Like, it's every play I see him in something.
Wow.
So then I'm like, I had to pay attention to him.
Right.
I had to pay attention to him. So I keep following. I'm like, okay, he's making a lot of noise. And I realized he's in the 10th.
Oh.
He in the 10th. I mean, and the kid, I mean, he's in the weight room.
And a lot of, quiet as it's kept about McKinley, their whole roster is like that.
They put in
like
work.
They have a lot.
They're sleepers, but they put in work.
Core.
They sleepers, but they put in a lot of work. I'm also saying Messiah Douglas. I mean, he's a dog as well. So I mean, they're putting in a lot of work, and I think people are just saying, well, I think a lot of people are saying, no one's left in the Stripes. Give it to Bell. That's what I think a lot of people are saying, but I don't think it's gonna be like that.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't.
And I know, and if you see a lot of McKinley Tech players on Twitter, they definitely ain't having none of that.
Oh, I tell you, McKinley already said the game they waiting for is Dunbar. They waiting for the North Capitol Bowl. I mean, I feel some type way about that. I mean, I played in the first ever North Capitol Bowl for the trophy.
Yeah.
I feel some type way about that. Me as a reporter, yeah, that's great. But me as a Dunbar guy,
it hit you here like
it hit me. So
I feel you.
I mean, I'm ready for that game as well.
That's gonna be
I'm
great.
really ready for that game.
That's gonna tell us a lot that we need to know about Tech and Dunbar.
And the last time they played each other, it was 2016.
Yep.
At Dunbar, the game ended on the goal line.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
First and goal, and I want to say it was like 20 seconds on the clock.
Yep.
And they finished the game 4th and goal.
Mm-hmm.
Dunbar still tall. So I think this is a matchup that we needed back.
Yeah.
We need it back, and we're gonna get on that later. We can get on a little later. Go ahead, Chris. I got you.
So, like I said, and before we talk about the next team, new head coach with championship experience, Coach Goodwin, who comes from right here where we are, right here, Baloo.
I mean, that's like a trade places situation.
Yeah, pretty much. Man, he takes his championship experience over to McKinley Tech.
And some championship winning coaches. I'm not gonna say a lot of names, but I've seen them. They championship winning coaches.
Okay. That's big time. So, talk about changing that culture, which we've seen of how they're working and how they're posting on social media.
Changing the culture is a big thing because if you in that streak of McKinley's been third place since they won the championship.
Yep.
If you don't change the culture, third place is fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Third place is fine
because you think that's all that you need to be.
Exactly. Right. So when you change the culture, I mean, he coming in hashtags and everything. I mean, they coming out strong, putting a lot of work in the weight room, and I mean, I think it's good.
Just a big mindset change.
Big mindset, and I think that's what they need. Yeah. And especially, I have them right now top 3 in the Stripes division. So I think that's what they need.
Right. And I think that's really that mindset change, that's really gonna transition to their on-field play. But like I said, all that is to be seen.
Yeah, camp is here.
Yeah, like camp that. Once camp gets going and the season starts, then we'll really be able to know who's who and what's what. All right, man. So we talked about probably the 2 top teams in the Stripes. Give me a third team, man. There's a lot of teams to choose from. We're talking Ron Brown, Anacostia, Coolidge, just to name a few. Phelps. Who do you think is going to be that third team? And Cardoza. Who's going to be that third team, man, that's going to separate themselves from that pack and try to get up there with Bell and Tech to compete?
I thought about this for a long time.
As have I.
For a very long time. You know what? I'm going to give you 2 of them.
Please do.
No order. Anacostia Indians, Ron Brown Monarchs.
Ron Brown in the first year as a varsity team. Okay.
I saw Ron Brown twice on the JV level. They should have just been on varsity.
Yeah.
But that's just how you bring up your team.
Right.
Young team.
Got to start somewhere.
So I think they're going to make some noise. Championship, anything can happen.
That's true.
But I definitely think they're going to make some noise. Right now, they're in my playoff prediction. Anacostia, I mean, like we said earlier about the mumbo sauce being different over Blue. Mumbo sauce is different over Anacostia. It's a different beast going over there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a different beast when they go to your site.
Yeah.
And especially if they get their students, the fans involved and everything.
Let the student section ride with them. Woo!
It can definitely change the culture of Anacostia. So, and I actually want to see it because I actually want to see more good games.
Right.
I actually want to be at more good games. I actually want to be on the sidelines talking, more interviews.
Right.
Because that would give us more exposure, which is more exposure for DC.
Right. And that's the goal. So
that's the goal.
The more you guys show up. So you heard them. Ron Brown Monarchs, Anacostia Indians.
It's your time.
There you go. That's perfect.
I'm not saying I'm that big time where I can say, oh yeah, y'all in it, and that's gonna happen. But I'm stamping y'all. I'm putting y'all out there.
Wow.
Let's see what happens.
So, speaking of let's see what happens, man. So, there's your in-depth look at 2018. So, after this break, y'all, we're going to give y'all our championship 4, our playoffs 2. Oh, yeah, what we talking about? We talking prediction time. So, make sure y'all keep it locked.
For the rings. For the rings.
For the
rings. That's what they for.
Because after this break, man, that's supposed to be right back, and we talking predictions. All right? Stay tuned.
want some new swag, you want to look sweet, you need some new gear, check out my new brand, Unison Sports Apparel. You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at big__KP, or you can follow my Instagram page for my business, Unison the brand.
Welcome back to that Sports Dude, y'all. My man KP and I still kicking it, and we get ready to start giving out our predictions. Yo, you ready?
Oh, you already know.
Let's get it. So my number 1 versus number 4 in the stripes, like I already said, Bell. The number 4 seed who will go up against Bell, Ron Brown Monarchs.
Okay.
That's who my number 4 seed is.
I give you that one.
So, and then my number 2 versus number 3 seed, I got McKinley Tech as the number 2 seed.
Okay.
And I got the Cardozo Clerks
Okay.
as the number 3 seed, just like they were a year ago.
Okay. I give you that. I understand.
So, my Gravy Bowl matchup,
I got that one. I already know what you're going to say.
the Bell Griffins go to a 5th
No one ever done
straight
that.
Gravy
Let's
Bowl.
talk about. Nobody ever did 5
straight
Gravy
Gravy
Bowls.
Bowls.
Straight, like being honest.
I think
Yes.
Bell is the only one to go to 3 straight.
I think Bell's the only one to go 2 straight.
Right, there you go.
So
Bell and their opponent in the Gravy Bowl, McKinley Tech, will get back to the Gravy Bowl.
long time coming.
Yes, sir. And in the Bell versus McKinley matchup in the DCIAA Gravy Bowl down there in Dunbar, my 2018 DCIAA Gravy Bowl champion prediction is the Bell Griffins will finally get that elusive Gravy Bowl. They will defeat McKinley Tech. I'm not going to give a score. I ain't going all out there with that. But I think Bell will defeat McKinley Tech in the Gravy Bowl. They will capture it, and Columbia Heights is just going to throw an absolute parade. It's going to be ridiculous. So,
Like we say, these are just our predictions.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, y'all got to do it.
that's it. And if Bell somehow loses, that's just what happens. But
Yeah, but it
my
is what it is.
prediction is that Bell will get the victory.
Chris
in
got the
this
Griffins.
year's
Chris got the
Gravy Bowl.
Griffins. We're going to see what's going to happen. Go ahead.
All right, so like you see, you was geeking to hit the stars.
I was geeking. I ain't going to lie. I was geeking.
I got that for you.
Not
yes,
well, I
sir.
was geeking.
I got that for you. So my Stars division prediction, my playoff 4. Here we go.
All right.
My number 1 seed,
Number 1.
the Blue Knights.
Woo!
Yes.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
look. Hey, I surprised him by giving him the shirt. He surprised me with
Yeah,
his prediction.
I know you ain't see that coming.
Look, I ain't gonna lie. We don't talk about what we gonna say now.
We
just do
surprise
this.
each other, too.
I don't have no script. We just do this.
Yeah.
So
my
that
number-
just surprised me. I'm not gonna lie.
My number 1 seed will be Blue.
All right, now I got to think.
My number 2 seed, Wilson Tigers. I'm gonna go up Tinleytown.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm going up Tinley. I told you it was controversial. I told y'all it was gonna be controversial. You thought I was playing.
Hey, what?
You thought-
What's it gonna hate you?
Hey,
What's it gonna hate you?
they gonna have to be mad, but hey, I gotta say what I gotta keep it.
I mean,
100,
hey, you gotta keep it a
know what I'm
stack. Gotta keep it a stack with you.
saying? I gotta keep it 100.
That's what we do in the city. I'm gonna keep it a stack.
My number 3 seed, and I know they're gonna be like, what? Woodson.
Okay.
I say will come in the number 3 seed this
All
year.
right.
And my number 4 seed is gonna be a real battle, Eastern Rose and Dunbar. But I think my number 4 seed, who I'm predicting will get that 4th playoff spot and face off against Blue in that number 1 versus number 4. Roosevelt Rough Riders. After
Okay.
2 straight Gravy Bowls, they'll do what Eastern did, make the playoffs.
Okay.
And
And look,
we'll go from
look.
there.
One thing about that, if that actually comes true, Roosevelt will play Blue 3 times.
Oh, what?
They played them twice in the regular
Ooh.
season.
Well, you
So-
never know what might happen with that.
Exactly.
Man.
Exactly.
It could be a controversial, like I know y'all thinking these predictions is right now.
I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, they just predictions.
Yeah.
This is what we think. Well, this is what Chris thinks. I'm mad what I think.
All right,
Straight
so
like that.
now we got the playoff 4. So my Turkey Bowl matchup. Ooh, this about to get interesting. So we got the number 1 Blue versus number 4 Roosevelt, right?
Yeah.
My prediction in that game is
I got you.
Blue will defeat Roosevelt and they will go to back-to-back Turkey Bowls. And then the number 2 Wilson versus number 3 HD Woodson matchup. My prediction in that game is that the Wilson Tigers will defeat HD Woodson. And it's going to be a classic game.
Hey, Chris. Are you? So that's what you're saying?
That's what I think, man. I think that
So HD won't make the Turkey Bowl, and this will be the first time since
2013. Trust me, I've thought about this so
Who won in
much.
2013?
They did. They didn't make it in 2012.
Okay.
Dunbar.
Okay, you're right. Dunbar.
So
okay.
I say it's gonna be Wilson and Ballou. So don't you know how we always talk about those
Chris,
playoffs?
you just got me. No, you just got me. You just got me. Hey, look.
Don't you know how we always talk about them playoff matchups?
Playoff matchups make a difference.
We're gonna get one in the Turkey Bowl. That's what I think. Yo, HD Fuller, man, y'all don't hate me. I still rock the ring proudly. But I just gotta keep it 100 with y'all this shit. That's what I think.
Hey.
I think it's gonna be interesting. But like I said, they predictions, we just gonna have to see.
Okay.
We'll see. See.
So you
I think
you just messed me all the way up.
you weren't ready for that. I told you I changed it. You weren't expecting that, was you?
Nah. I'm gonna keep it stacked with y'all. Nah, like people say, do y'all rehearse in the script?
No.
Nah, like the most you'll see me do, I might just have my phone to make sure I say somebody's name correctly.
Yeah, like this is everything, like our prediction and everything, we keep that to ourselves. Like that's genuine shock.
Yeah, like
That's genuine. Trust me, that's genuine.
Hey,
all right, so
I need to see a scrimmage. Hey, Chris, do you know something I don't know? Like, I wasn't expecting you to say that. Like, that was different. Like, I'm not gonna. That was different.
I've heard some. Trust me, I've heard some things, and just based on things that I see right now. Like I said, you asked me this 7 weeks down the road, and mid-season it could be different.
You asked me this. You asked us this question. The first game of league play, I might give you something different.
Exactly, it could be something completely different.
I mean, one can go to 2, 2 can go to 4, and like anything can happen. So,
somebody could be out of the play. You never know.
Yeah,
just never know.
And remember this: for all y'all that been around DC for a long time, y'all know DC controversial.
Yeah, you know it could be. It could go either way. So
DC controversial.
Don't y'all be looking. I can feel your faces right now. Don't be looking at me like that. y'all know it's crazy out here. All right, so in the Wilson versus Ballou Turkey Bowl, and it's gonna be a good game, just like all the playoff games have been.
Cause you just hurt my head. You just hurt my head.
Well, get ready for this one. My Turkey Bowl winner, and I've told you this before, and you stand.
Actually, I can't even say who you think gonna win because like sometimes you're predictable. But that's most of the time the correct answer. Right. So I can't say it's really predictable.
Right.
But this one, Wilson's chasing fate, but then again, Ballou is defending. So I can't say
who's gonna win.
Oh, he's gonna pick them because of this. Because like, they're both
it could go
good.
Either way with that.
You know, they're both realistic.
And you never know, like Woodson could actually stop all this and like, come back and regain throne, but who knows?
You messed the show up. You messed your own show up.
But my prediction with this, man, this is what I think. I think the Wilson Tigers, yes, I think it's going to be a shock heard across the city. I think the Wilson Tigers are going to win the DCIAA.
I'm not even going to lie. If Wilson wins,
it's going to be
football.
Insane. That'll be everything. They'll have football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, track, volleyball, and whatever. But that's not even why I picked them.
Look though. People, I went to Wilson my 9th grade year. If Wilson wins a football championship, Wilson's school, they might have to build another one.
Oh, word? Oh, because everybody gonna go there?
No. That thing is gonna be torn up.
How they gonna burn it down?
I mean, people were talking about this
like
for
if
so
the Skins
long.
win the Super Bowl.
Administration. Yeah. Man, if this happened, that's gonna
be like if the Skins win the Super Bowl. But that's my prediction, man.
And we saw what happened with the Capitals.
You never know. That's my prediction, man. I know your head spin. I give you a second, get yourself together. But I think the Wilson Tigers will be the 2018 DCIAA Turkey Bowl champions, and I think quarterback and the running game is really going to be the difference maker in that team.
Before I even say anything,
and that's my prediction.
Look, before I even say anything, if Wilson wins the Turkey Bowl, just for them to be able to hand out trophies that day, it's going to take forever.
Yeah,
they're going to come deep anyway.
Yeah. At least 40, 50 players.
I'm talking fans. People gonna rush the field.
Yeah, that's true.
There ain't enough security for all that. People gonna jump the fence, rush the field. I mean,
that's gonna be something to see if they're out. But like I said, these just predictions. It's up to Wilson to prove me right, or it's up to HD, Ballou, Rose, and other playoff teams that I named, and other teams in the squad. prove me wrong. It's up to y'all. Phil, KP, it's on you, baby.
Okay, I'm gonna go stripes first. Since you went stripes first, I'm gonna go stripes first.
Okay.
Stripes. People gonna be mad at me. Like I said, this is not being biased. I'm gonna say Bell. I'm not even gonna say Bell's number 1 seed.
Huh?
Bell not the number 1 seed. I'm not even gonna say McKinley's number 1 seed. You know what I'm gonna say? This year football in the stripes is gonna be crazy. Right now, in the way, the intensity that Baloo is bringing. McKinley is bringing. I just thought of Coach Goodwin. I thought of Coach Goodwin.
Yeah, I feel
That's
you.
what I thought. I thought of Coach Goodwin because he's changing. He's trying to change McKinley into not per se Baloo, but that attitude.
Right.
He's brought that attitude over. I mean, and before that, he was at Friendship. I mean, he's bringing attitude. He's bringing aggression. He's bringing that swag. Bell looks as the high horse.
Bell's not the number 1 seed.
No, you know what I say?
Who?
I'm waiting for that game. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm waiting for that game. Because right now, I got these teams neck and neck.
Right.
I got these teams
That's
neck
big time.
and neck. So I'm going to say that. So that's going to be 1 or 2 right there.
The winner of that game is the
It's
number 1 seed. I
3 and
can't
4.
disagree with that.
3 and 4. Like I said, Anacostia, Ron Brown, no order. That's how it's going to go. But I also say the Stripes is in the... I'm not even going to say one team's rebuilding. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say everybody in the league is rebuilding except for Bell.
Yeah.
Every team in the Stripes, other than Bell, has a new head coach. Oh, I'm sorry, and Ron Brown. But Ron Brown has an asterisk because they're moving up.
Yeah, for the first time.
You're moving from JV to varsity.
Right.
JV to varsity, so JV to the Stripes. So that's different. Everybody else, except for Bell, has a new head coach. That's a lot. That's a lot going on. So, like I said, anything can happen.
That's true.
My
That's
number
so
1
true.
seeds, Bell/McKinley, McKinley/Bell, however you want to look at it.
Right.
That's how I'm going to keep it.
So, in that league game, y'all heard what he said. Whichever one of y'all wins that game, he predicted y'all to be the number 1 seed.
That's what I'm saying. So, I'm going to go championship.
That's what I got to hear right here.
I'm putting Bell McKinley in the championship.
Okay, I can't disagree with that.
And my winner, we're going to wait to see.
Oh.
I think this is a great year. I think
I like
this is
that.
too big of a year. And I think everybody is not on the same level, but there's levels. Bell McKinley.
That's true.
I have Anna, Ron Brown, Cardoza, Phelps. Those schools, Coolidge. I have them in the same mix, but at a different level.
Right.
Bell McKinley, everyone else here.
I agree.
But then again, you got to remember, it's any given day.
That's true.
Them teams are feisty. They come on the field, make a difference.
true.
I mean, it could be anything happen. But
Anything can happen.
I'm going Bell and McKinley championship. Whatever happens. That's how it's going to be.
Leave it all on the field. Now I can't wait to hear what you done said all that about the Stripes.
Oh, people definitely not going to like my Stripes.
What you got about the Stars,
People not
man?
going to like the Stars. Eastern.
Go ahead, be the bad guy. I ain't mad at that. Come on, talk to me.
New coach. A lot of rebuilding going on. They're in the mix. Roosevelt moving up to the Stars.
Right.
They're in the mix.
Absolutely. They absolutely will.
Dunbar is in a straight rebuilding, 9th, 10th graders mostly role right now. They're in the mix, but Dunbar's feisty.
Yeah.
Like I said, personal feelings aside, Dunbar's feisty. Dunbar, Rose, Eastern.
Yeah.
They're fighting for number 4. They're fighting for number 4, my opinion. Top.
Yeah, like number 1. We know who the teams are, but
Top.
how you think they're gonna go?
Wilson, Ballou, H.D. Wilson. No order. No
What?
order. All 3 teams have to prove something. I'm not saying prove it to me. To themselves.
Ah.
You got 3 quarterbacks who, I'm not even going to say, oh yeah, he only took. neither quarterback has taken 2 starts.
It's true.
That's a fact. Neither quarterback has taken 2 starts.
Jordan in the Turkey Bowl.
Malachi has one in the Turkey Bowl, and then Aaron hasn't started.
Yep.
They've never taken 2 starts.
That's true. Wow.
So, I mean, they have a lot to prove. All of them. Wilson has that chip on their shoulder. Man, we've been here. We haven't won. Man, we can't get it done. That's the chip. They feel like they should have been there last year.
Woodson.
Woodson has a chip. They had 17 players suspended. Arguably, one of the best Woodson teams did not win the championship. They have a chip on their shoulder. Jordan Sharp has the chip on his shoulder coming back. Aaron Penny, the Blue Knights, they're the defending champs.
Yeah.
If that's not a chip,
that's an automatic.
I don't know what a chip is. Then. Them are 3 teams that I say here: Dunbar, Blue, Eastern. Dunbar, Eastern, Roosevelt. They're here. One of them is fighting up. Not saying they can't give the other teams go. They can't. Not saying they can't compete. But I just feel like as of right now, they're all fighting for the 4th spot. Blue, Wilson, Woodson.
Yeah. Those 3 upper echelon teams, right? I agree.
No order. But right now, they're all the same to me right now. All fighting. Playoff prediction.
Championship.
No, I'm going to do playoff prediction.
Oh, you're going to do playoffs? Oh, wow.
Like you said, I'm not even going to do that.
Okay.
Champions prediction. Whoever makes it, they're all that good.
Really?
They all have that chip. I don't think any team right now is more dominant where you can say, oh, they definitely going to win it. That's my opinion.
Wow. I agree with that.
What somebody might lack in defense, they make it for offense. What somebody lacks in the running game, they make up for in the passing game. I mean, that's just how it is, I think, across the city for both sides. My opinion. Whatever happens, happens. I will be there. My opinions may change.
Yep.
You know, we're going to be doing our live videos.
It might change.
I'm going to let y'all know. This is going to be me. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be real. I feel like everyone's here and here. 3 here, 3 here. For the stripes, it's 2 here, the rest is here.
And it's up to those, and
it's up to those teams.
Everybody to separate yourself.
Separate yourself. Show who the big dog. I know H.D. Wilson, I'm there all the time. I'm at McKinley all the time too, and Dunbar. H.D. Wilson won't have a problem. Man, we done this, we got this, we got this. Yeah. Show it. Show it, show up. H.D. Wilson won't be seen.
Everybody can do this.
Look, H.D. Wilson won't even be seen until RFK. H.D. Wilson will not be seen because they're out of town.
Right.
They will not be seen at RFK. So a lot of people, you're just looking at stats, scores.
That's true.
Wilson will be seen. I want to see what happens. Let me know.
So pretty much what we're saying, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be interesting.
Chris, you gave real predictions. I gave
the nitty gritty.
I got the nitty gritty. I'm telling you, I'm gonna keep it 100.
And I ain't mad at that. Like I said, so I know all across. I know over in Northeast. I know Woodson is probably a little peeved at me. I know Tinleytown is probably like, yeah, he know what's up.
Bell's gonna be peeved at me.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever.
That's all good.
I mean,
we went through that last year.
Dunbar gonna be peeved at me. Roosevelt gonna be. I mean, it is what it is. I'm ready for it. Prove me wrong.
That's it. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong. I want to see good games.
And for Bell and Wilson, prove me right. That's all I'm gonna say.
I want to see good games. And real quick,
yeah, sure.
Some games that I really want to see this year, like I said earlier, I want to see that Dunbar McKinley game. That is a big game for the city.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Northeast versus Northwest.
Right.
I mean, that game is real big. That's one game I want to see. I'm anxious to see any of the top 3 in the stars that I said.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see any
Wilson
of them.
and Bell.
I want to see
Wilson and Blue.
Look, a crossover game I really want to see though. I want to see Dunbar Bell. I want to see Dunbar Bell. Last year, Bell blowout. I think this year it should be a better game. I don't know who's gonna win. Like I said, everybody's here. I want to see that. I want to see Woodson Friendship.
Yeah, of course, everybody wants to see that.
RFK.
Oh, it's gonna be an RFK. Oh my God.
You know, RFK.
Wow. Okay.
I want to see those games. I mean, those are big games, and I'm gonna say McKinley Bell.
Yeah, that's like a game of the year candidate.
I want to see that game. I want to see those games.
We'll say this, regardless of what happens, and I know you're gonna agree with this, it's gonna be a big time football season. Am I right?
DC or nothing.
DC or nothing. So, regardless of who you pick, who you think, whether you agree with our predictions or not, it's gonna be a great season. So, like I said last year, I'm gonna say it again this year. Make sure you got your popcorn ready. All right.
Oh. I just popcorn. You know, these schools get fancy. Get your wings ready, get your mumbo ready, your half and half. Get it all ready.
Yes,
Get it all ready. It's football season.
Yes.
I know y'all been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it.
I know I have. Oh my God. I've been having withdrawals. But that's another story, Joe. So make sure y'all subscribe to this network right here. This is TSDN, that Sports Dude Network. Make sure y'all tune in to Game Time. I'm getting ready to post a promo right after this show. So make sure that you guys tune in. Follow me on Twitter at _that sports dude. Follow my man KP at
big__KP.
And make sure y'all subscribe right here to TSDN so y'all can see Game Time. It's full game broadcast, highlights, interviews, big plays, impact players, the whole nine, man. We bringing it right at you every single week for DCIAA, all right? So make sure y'all stay tuned. Phil, before we get up out of here, you got anything to say to the people?
Man, it's DC.
That's it, man.
We are who we are.
or nothing.
Unison. Get at me.
That's
This
it.
right here. You're showing a lot. This give me old feels. All them the NBA jackets and NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something I thought of. So, DC, I'm ready.
That's it, man. Hey,
let's do this.
August 1st, camp is now underway. In a couple weeks, it's gonna be game time. So
showtime.
So on behalf of my man KP, thanks again for joining me, bro. I always appreciate it.
Already know.
And always fun talking football with you. I'm your host, Chris Dunlap. We out.